Ladies and gentlemen, we got it! Right here is the 2018 Rolls Royce Phantom Series 8. This beast is the most exclusive Rolls Royce ever made, and it's also $600,000. And this is not even the most expensive one. This is actually cheap. And let me explain to you guys why Rolls Royce is about to take my money. All right, here we go. So what is happening, guys? I'm Alejandro. Like I said, I want to talk to you guys about the new Rolls Royce Phantom Series 8. Why the Series 8? Because this is the 8th generation of the car. So there's been 7 generations before. The prior generation of this car lasted for more than 10 years. And it had multiple variables of the car. So it had the regular 4-door, which is kind of like the one I'm sitting in. It had a 2-door coupe. It had a 2-door coupe convertible, which they call it the coupe drop it. Don't ask me why, I don't understand it. And obviously in the 4-door version, they had the extended wheelbase. What are these cars all about? These cars are nothing more than the most luxurious materials you've ever seen. So you're going to want to press every single button here because it looks so delicious. It's all about luxury. So they want you to feel like you're sitting in the most expensive room in the world. And it's also all about comfort. Whereas everyone is trying to make it look like rich people will just put on a tuxedo, and that's pretty much every single review that we watch about these cars. This is way less formal than that. This is the outfit that and I'm sorry for the crotch shot, but this type of outfit is what describes this car the best. It's something very, very well made, comfortable, and nice. It's kind of like having a pajama that you can wear it every single day out, and people will say, wow, that guy looks really elegant. That is what these Rolls Royces are. They're not like your bougie billionaire. Yeah, they are for your bougie billionaire, but it's also not just for those guys. And for the first time ever, they focused this car on several more things than just the back seats. And let me tell you guys what those things are, because it's crazy up in here. So hope you enjoy. All right, guys, let's start with one of the most important things from any other car, the looks. Let's start from the outside. This looks phenomenal. So you guys can probably tell already, or are probably complaining, why didn't the car change so much? I mean, it doesn't look like night and day from the older one. No, they grabbed every single line from the older one because the dimensions were almost perfect. And what they did is they added more modern lines. They added more silhouettes to the car. They added new cuts to they added very, very minor details that made for a huge difference. For example, those lights. You know these headlights are laser headlights. That means they can throw light for like 400 to 600 meters out. That is insane. And also, they kind of look like a Chiron in a way, which I absolutely adore. Now, you guys see the Spirit of Ecstasy hanging out? Well, no problem. Just like in any other Rolls Royce, like back in the day, you are able to put it back in just by locking the car. And speaking of locking the car, look at the key. Finally, they gave us a decent key. Look at the materials. They threw some leather on the back. Everything is delicious chrome up here. And it feels heavy, durable, but it also feels like you'll break it, which is nice in a way because it feels expensive. So don't drop it. If you want the Spirit of Ecstasy to rise up, all you need to do is unlock the car with the top button, and before you know it, it's back up. But guys, let's not waste all of our time right here with that. Well, what about the trunk, you might be wondering? Well, no problem. Let me just press the button right here and show you guys the trunk, because in here, this is no joke. You can fit all of my hopes and dreams and also a Farghini or a 13 in here. This is huge. Even though you have the cooler in there, you legitimately don't understand how big and how spacious that is. Whoa. And another great detail from the exterior, guys, you're looking at 2 different colors right here. So you guys see the dark gray that goes in the middle above and then will wrap into the back, and then the silver on the side. This is what everyone calls two-tone. I'm sure everyone here knows. I wasn't familiar when I moved to the States what a two-tone was. I heard it a lot in rap songs, so boom for everyone. Here it is, two-tone. And for those of you guys wondering, well, does the two-tone cost a little bit more or not? Yep, it does. So for the paint, each one of these paints on the sticker was $11,000, and because they did the two-tone, they charged an extra $10,000 for a total of almost $33,000 in that paint job that you're looking at right now. Insane. Now I see why rappers brag about that shit. Let's get into the big feature of this car, which is those insane doors. You guys see how massive those doors are? And it's not just from here to here, it's from here to here. And just wait until I open them. You guys are gonna lose your mind. Boom! Look at this, and all the materials. Please don't look at the color of the car. Don't judge it by that. This is a factory demo spec. Obviously, they picked it like this so they can show the most features and nothing else. So with that said, let me open the doors and show you guys what we're working with, because these doors are amazing. I mean, look at this. Look at this. Yep. Yep, yeah, I really need that. And you see how big the space in between the doors is? It's basically so that whoever's getting in the back doesn't have to struggle to getting in, or on the front. But before getting into the front, before getting inside of her, let me show you something from the outside. The umbrellas. Of course, this car has an umbrella too, just like its predecessors. And it's got one on the back here and one on the back of the other on the other side. So you can use it for road rage or mostly for when it rains. So either way, it's right here for you, for your convenience. Boom. Once you hear that click, you know that it's in there. Let's start digging into all the materials. First of all, please notice all the buttons, all the materials, everything is top of the line. I really want to press everything. It's such an experience because they feel so nice. So this is the only time I'll say it, but every button that you see here, they all feel like that, and that is a huge home run by Rolls-Royce. Let's start with what you guys see here by the door of the driver, which is opening your trunk. If you want to adjust your side mirrors, you can't do it any easier. Left, right, and then you have the little joystick, which looks like it's made out of $1 million. If you want to fold the mirrors, that's your button right there, so click it, and then these side mirrors are going to fold in, even though they're humongous, and they're going to fold out. I know that's not that impressive, but the size of the mirrors, it's crazy. These are your windows, and right here, you have your child's lock, which is incredible, guys. If you press it, if you keep it locked, nothing in the back here works. Your windows won't come down, your curtains won't close, same thing with the one in the back. And speaking of the one on the back, the button that's right next to it, that's the little curtain in the back so you can feel fancy as fuck. And since I'm already kneeling right here, let me show you guys all the buttons right here. You see this right here? Most important one of them all, that is the massage control. 3 different presets right here, and they're unbelievable. For the first time ever, Rolls-Royce got the massage seats perfectly, and they are the first ones to ever offer you a full massage so you can actually feel your ass moving up and then your back being pushed forward. It's unreal how good it is, and I know I've complained about that for the longest time, and I know it's such a douchebag thing to complain about, but if you're paying so much money for a car, you better have the best massage you can possibly get. Yeah, not a Thai massage, just a regular massage, guys. Come on, just work with me here. And if you're a Rolls-Royce owner, moving your seat has never been easier and more delicious and fancier than right now. Look at these 3 buttons, very easy, self-explanatory. This is your middle for your part right here. This is gonna be your front portion, which, yeah, it extends right here. You guys see that? Or retracts back in. This right here is just your back seat back there. That's for adjustment like that. And right here you have your lumbar support, which is for all the stuff right here. So if you press forward, this starts to shrink and like get tight or lose air. So it's however you want to adjust that to your body, which is unreal how well it works finally. Now let me show you my favorite part in the car, which is the interior. Oh my God, this is something else. But you know what? Let me not show you anything. I want to bring the steering wheel down because when you get in, the steering wheel goes up. Why does it go up? Because if you're fat, if you're a bigger gentleman, you know, this allows for easy access. And I'm sure you guys are noticing how big and how far away the door is from me. You guys see that? If I'm just sitting here and I'm like one of those rich guys that doesn't want to move, that's an inconvenience. If I want to reach the door, it's legitimately this, so I can bring it in or plan better when I open the door. But no one does that, right? So how did Rolls-Royce fix that? Oh, it's rather simple. You guys see these 2 little buttons right here? This one on the left, this one on the right. This one takes care of that door, and this one takes care of this door. So let me show you guys while I talk to you how amazing it is that I don't even have to reach out there to be able to close my door. That's right. And all you gotta do is leave the button pressed. A lot of people just press it once and the door just comes one level. You gotta leave it pressed until it closes. One of the details I just noticed is the car recognizes the key, so immediately knows that I'm driver number 2. Nothing feels more welcoming than welcome Rolls-Royce driver number 2. It's great meeting you in personal, Rolls-Royce. I'm sure you can change the name to it, and that'd be dope as fuck because he'll greet you. Either way, now let's get started. And how do we get this steering wheel to come down? Easy. You just step on the brake, press that little start, stop, engine button. As long as you have the key, oof. How elegant and nice is that? It's even comforting just sitting here. I don't know why, but it's like, yeah, thank you. Thank you for that. It's just little details like that that make the car so much better. So what I want to show you guys, and I'm sure you guys seen a lot of Ghosts in other Rolls-Royce, and you guys are going to tell me, wow, they pretty much look the same, so what's the differences? I want to show you the bigger differences, because every little change that they made to this car made a big difference in my eyes, and I am absolutely in love because, number 1, they went digital. They went digital while remaining classy. As you guys can tell, this has been one of the biggest challenges for any car maker that's a luxury car maker, like Pagani has this problem. Rolls-Royce was terrified of going digital here because it loses the appeal, it loses the class. But they managed to do it by keeping the chrome circles everywhere here, and the rest is digital. None of that exists within the car, and it looks amazing. It didn't lose any of its styling and or class. I love the way that looks. If you guys are brand new to the Rolls Royce interface, you guys are going to notice that this is your speedometer. So it's going to tell you how fast you're going. Right here you have your fuel levels. Right here it tells you how hot or cold the car is. And on the left you have your power reserve, which works completely the opposite way from a standard rev from any other car. You know, when you guys rev a car, it goes vroom, vroom. This goes the other way around because it's letting you know that at all times you have 100% of power. Or if you're accelerating hard, obviously it comes down and it lets you know that you have less power. That means more power to surprise you. So at 100%, you have all the power available. And because this car has a massive V12 twin turbo engine for the first time ever in the Phantom series with 560 horsepower, you're not gonna lack any power. But the impressive thing is that the torque, the peak torque, is available almost at idle. Almost at idle. And that's nuts for a car this heavy. And for those of you guys who are wondering what the hell that button is, let me press it and show you guys right here. So it's intelligent safety. Immediately it takes you through all, like if you want all on or individual, and you can configure your individual. Let me show you what it has. Pedestrian warning active. That means if someone's walking by you, it'll let you know right away. Right below is front collision warning. So you can set it up to early, medium, or later. But I don't think you want it later. So that's good for whenever someone's braking in front of you and you don't notice, obviously. Lane departure warning. That is fucking great because the car is so big, you kind of need a little guidance every now and then. So that's great. And the last one, but not least one, the blind spot detection. Obviously, if there's someone right here on your gigantic car and the curtain's closed, you're most likely gonna have a humongous blind spot. So that system will warn you about it. And since we're already here on the front, let me show you the one thing I love about this car. You guys see all this glass? This is all one piece of glass that goes across the dash. All of it. All the way from the right, all the way to the left. This is all sealed. There's nothing coming in or out. It's supposed to be able to hold any particle, molecule, whatever you want inside or outside from going in or from coming out. So it's incredible. What you see back here is the gallery. Let me sit on the back seat so that I can show you guys. I mean, look at that thing. How gorgeous is this? Oh my God. So the whole deal with the gallery is simple. The gallery is there for you to put whatever art piece you want to look at for the rest of your ownership of this car. So Rolls-Royce gave me a nice example. Some people wanted to digitize their fingerprints. So what they did is they took a fingerprint scan, they digitalized the whole thing or digitized the whole thing, printed it on metal, and then added it back there. But if you wanted to put a $100 bill, condoms in there, whatever tacky shit you want or whatever fancy shit you want, they can. As long as it doesn't mess with safety, you're good to go. So the gallery is honestly one of the nicest features of this car. It's not necessary whatsoever, but if you have everything already in a car, why not have your own personal art there? And since we're looking at the gallery, let me bring your attention to this glorious screen right here. This right here. And hang on, before I jump in there, I've told you guys that BMW owns Rolls-Royce. And for the longest time, these Phantoms had technology from a 2004 BMW 3 Series in them. And it was embarrassing and it was ridiculous and it was annoying because nothing worked properly or everything is slow and annoying. Nothing was modern, top of the line, Bluetooth connectivity wasn't spot on, nothing, none of that. But they've corrected that big time. When I met with Rolls-Royce about a year ago, they asked me, what do you think we should change in our cars? And I said, I don't think you should change anything. I think your cars are incredible. You just modernize your car, whatever. But I think your navigation and your electronics are shit, like complete shit. You just need to give me something more current than a 2004 BMW standard. And I mean, they got a little pissed off, which I understand. I was shitting on their work, but they did it. I'm not saying because of me. They were planning on doing it, so I'm guessing my comment was just a little annoying to them. But oh my God, and this is the only time you're gonna see a 7 Series in all of the car. But I'm so happy that it's right here because we needed the technology. We definitely needed that jump in technology, and this works so well. I paired my phone in 2 seconds yesterday. So if anyone drives this afterwards, you don't have my permission to pair it with. So if you guys look behind the wheel, you're gonna notice that they put a very beautiful material here covering all the dirty plastic because the last thing you want is for your steering wheel back to show a little bit of plastic. So Rolls-Royce got me covered if I'm spending $600,000. Holy shit. Your radio buttons now, they're so real. And the best thing about it is all you need to do is glide your finger over them and look at that. The car recognizes what you're doing and it's glorious. It's glorious. All of these materials are delicious. These are your 8 presets. Again, I think number 8 is the one that takes you immediately to raise the car. It's got a shortcut immediately in it. Right here you have your air temp for your driver, air temp for your passenger, and look at the heating, cooling seats, and even better yet, heating my steering wheel, and immediately lets me know right here. Oh, these Rolls Royces, every button, guys. The leather wrapped around the chrome bits. It's just so delicious compared to before. Well done, Rolls Royce. You updated every single bit of electronics in the car, from the steering wheel down to the center console to the joystick and all the stuff around it. Wow, great job. And by pressing that button, you immediately access the cameras. And look at the rear camera. Don't mind the flickering, that's just a frame rate problem, and that's between the camera, this, and your eyes. So don't stress, I don't see it like this in real life. Look at the quality. That's just the rear camera. That looks so good. So good. It's crystal clear, so fast, accessible, easy. Wow. Because the one before, honestly, it looked like the graphics from the Nintendo, the first Nintendo ever made, and that's not good. That's not good for a Rolls Royce, so very happy about that upgrade. One place where pretty much every car manufacturer really saved some money is right here, but don't worry, Rolls Royce did not. Look at that light up there and all of your different light settings. So that's only for your reading light on the left, only for your reading light on the back, and then this is just for your front light right here. You'll see it, but if you want the full enchilada, you better click that. Oh, that is gorgeous. Gorgeous. And then you have an SOS button in case someone kidnaps you. So what about storage? How are we doing on storage? Storage, you don't even have to worry about anything. Look how big these compartments are right here on the side. Down here at the bottom, you're gonna have some cup holders. Then you're gonna have a little bit more space right here. Then some more space, which obviously comes with a Rolls Royce ashtray, which they're the kings of ashtrays. But you can take them out and that's no problem, and put your phone there. By the way, this car comes with wireless charging for the phone, which is insane to think about in a Rolls Royce. Glove box, no problem. You got a glove box. It's a nice, decent size. But is that it, Alondra? Is that it? No, don't worry about it. You just press this button and another level opens up right here. And I want you guys to look at the owner's manual of this car, because it is ridiculous. Oh my God. If this was part of school, you would not be able to afford tuition, because that shit's fucked up. And obviously you have your center console right here. By the way, this was a huge upgrade. I'm gonna tell you why, because the one from before had a thing where I would put my elbow right here and it had a button right here to open it. It was completely counterintuitive. So the button was right here and I put my elbow, and just by putting my elbow, it would open all the time. So if you guys ever saw me making a video in the old Phantom that I had, you saw me like struggle with it and battle with it. No more. That's long gone. And obviously, don't lie to yourself. If you're gonna buy one of these cars, the best part to sit in is the back seat, right? So if you're gonna take any back seat here, you wanna get a car completely fully loaded with all the options back here. And lucky for us, this one has a lot of options. Let me show you. Number one, look at the size of those mirrors. Hey, what's up, guys? Those are huge. And right here, what do you think you got right here? I know, I'm sure you guys guessed it, but it is a beautiful table, a foldable table with, guess what? A screen. So how do you pull the screen? Do you just pull it like this? No, you don't even have to worry about pulling on it. All you gotta do is make sure to click that button that says R, as in right, boop, and the screen comes out, and immediately you can control everything from the car that you can control there from back here. Another incredible upgrade is that they put the AC unit right here, right next to you. And I'm gonna tell you guys why. Because you know when you're sitting in the back seat, you have your seatbelt on and you have to reach all the way down there, you're gonna go, and the seatbelt's gonna pull you, and then you're gonna have to maneuver either outside of the seatbelt, take off the seatbelt, or something. You gotta do something to be able to reach. Now you don't even have to reach. All you gotta do is go like this, where your hand goes immediately into the window, and you're set. So this is your AC in case you want it soft, medium, high, however you want it. I'm gonna have it off right now. This gauges the temperature. Obviously the red one's for warm or hot, and the blue one's for cold. Right here, you wanna heat up your seats? No problem. You wanna cool your ass? No problem. Your window control. And right here is the fanciest element that every single luxury car should have. And that is curtain controls, people. That's right. That means I can close my curtains right here just with a push of a button. And don't ask me why, I absolutely adore that. You know what? Let me show you. Let me close all of the curtains in this beast. Oh, no, look how fancy I am. And now that we got all the curtains closed, I think it's time for some Starlight. What do you guys think? So all I need to do in order to activate my Starlight is just this button right here. You guys see how it has the darker star compared to this one? Boom, and get ready. Get ready to be mesmerized by Starlight of Rolls Royce. Oh, this is so fancy, and at night it looks so good. This option I think comes standard now in the Phantom because I couldn't find the price on the sticker. And I was looking for it. In the Ghost, it was like $14,000 back then. So I don't know if that's changed. But Jesus Christ. One of the coolest thing about the Starlight is, let me turn it off. So for example, you guys see how the stars disappear behind you? If I want to turn on my reading light, which is right here, that's all I need. Look at right above me. My reading light turns on, and also my start light right above me in this one. It's just like little details like that that makes it so special. No, don't worry about it. There's even more. So back here, you can control your seats too at the same time, and you can store memory seats. So right here, you move the top part of your seat, the back part of your seat, and the bottom part of your seat, as you can tell, and also lumbar supports right here. But if that's not enough for you guys, and you guys want a little bit more, because you know every other fancy car now has electric seats on the back. How about this? You guys saw this, right? This is where you close your door in case, like, let me show you. Let me open the door. And then I'm gonna close the door just by keeping that pressed. You guys see? So door is closed. Right here, you have some volume buttons that I promise you'll never use because you have it all available right here. But if you're getting on a quick phone call, you press those buttons, you're done. But look at these. Let me just direct your attention to these buttons. You see how they look like shoes? I'm gonna press this one and I'm gonna show you what happens right here, looking at my feet. Make sure you're looking. Oh my God. And you guys, you don't understand how big of a difference that makes. I never knew. When they showed me the first Phantom, I was like, that's the most ridiculous thing. Who's gonna want that? But when you're sitting in a car, and especially in the back seat, you don't realize that you start sliding down the seat and it gets uncomfortable and weird. But with that, you don't. So you don't have to adjust your feet. You don't have to put them up or anywhere else. That is the perfect way of riding in the back seat. Oh my God, I love this car so much. No, gents, it's not over yet. There's more luxury here to be discovered. So let me just pull that out. And yep, you guessed it. We have an ice cooler back here. So you're gonna open this right here. Your two champagne glasses come out and you can see your champagne holder right there. Because, oh, and it's nice and cool back, by the way. That's no joke. Oh. I love these cars. You have everything you want and then some. I mean, what else could you need? Oh, you need a mirror just to check on your beautiful face? No problem. There's another one right there. What else do you want? Well, you know what? I actually think I know what else you could ask for. Let's go for a ride and let me show you what makes this car so special, because it's not just about everything that you just saw. It's so much more. So now driving the car is a whole different beast, and I think it's so important for us to understand what Rolls-Royce achieved here to go back and compare it to the old Phantom, like the one I had, for example. And let me tell you what the improvements were. So number one, obviously the biggest problem when you have a car that is this big, this heavy, is how big and heavy it is. So what they did was, the old car had a V12 engine, and that V12 engine was pure shit. It was so slow, it would soak up all the gas in the world, so gas mileage was absolute crap. And this one, I've been driving it for a day, and the gas mileage has been incredible. The power is there because you have 563 horsepower out of that V12 twin turbo engine that also, by the way, has 900 Newton meters of torque. That is insane. And you know when they have it? They have it right almost at idle, right above idle. Coming from the older car, which accelerated like shit, this one accelerates so fast. The brakes in this one, it was really hard to hide how big and heavy the other car was, especially when you were braking, because whenever you broke, you really had to take your time, your distance, and know what you were doing. Otherwise, also the car would travel a lot. This one, that problem is completely gone. It brakes like a normal car. It's bananas. Also, the steering in this car was completely addressed. The old one felt like a Crown Victoria, like a cop car from back in the 90s. This feels like a ghost. In a way, it feels better than even the black badge, which is insane. It's still not hard. It's very soft, but very sturdy at the same time. You can legitimately let go and you know that the car is gonna go straight. And also, if you get tired, this is another trick that Rolls-Royce did on purpose. You can legit put your arms right here when you're driving it. So that makes it incredible. So aside from the engine, aside from the brakes, and aside from the steering experience, they've added another step. And you know what that is? That is rear wheel steering. So whenever you're driving at any speed and you want to switch lanes, normally in the old Phantom, I used to do this, then land in the lane, stop, and then stop the movement of the car. So it was 3 movements. Now, like in a normal car, you can just swap the lane and go straight. The thing now is, the way the rear steering has changed this car is so radical, it feels smaller than my Ghost. I legitimately feel more comfortable driving this than my Ghost now. I don't understand how that's possible, but that was one of my biggest complaints, and that was one of the most intimidating factors of getting a Phantom. It was too big, you couldn't drive it. It was, not only that, if you're sitting in the back seat of those cars, because the rear had to come back and snap, you would go like this, sitting on the back. Now that's gone. I was piss drunk last night, riding in the back here, and I didn't feel it once. They really outdid themselves with the technology, the electronics, making the car feel smaller, lighter. They've accomplished it. They've accomplished everything and then some. So is this the greatest car in the world? I want to say yes. It's the most complete car in the world if you just want the best of the best. Hands down, no question about it. What do you guys think? Do you guys like the new Phantom? Do you guys like the older one better? Or are you more of a Ghost, Dawn, and Wraithline? Please let me know in the comments down below, people. As always, it's been a pleasure spending some time with you. Don't forget to like, subscribe, because that helps the channel, of course. My name is Alejandro, and I never approve these messages, just in case anything weird happens. See you guys later. I just picked up my Ghost from Danny after I dropped off the Phantom, and it's a massive difference, guys. Massive difference. This feels like a Jetta now. This is fucked up.